meet me on a screen share, and then I can control the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want you to do is go over to the left where the nav bar buttons are at and click on the one that says support.
Yep.
And then you'll see a button that says join virtual demo. And then click that, and then you'll see a picture of me, I believe. And then click that.
12.
Okay. That'll put us together. Okay. Now you are now looking at my screen. So use your mouse and just scroll down just a little bit so you can see more of my screen. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so now we are on, I'm in Kathy's profile, but I am on your account. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so now we got her account verified, and I showed you how to go from her account with the little people up here at the top right. You know, that's how she'll go from her account to yours. Now tell me what your next question is.
I was just wanting you to show her how, like, since she's gonna be the main one in here on Saturday, like putting the tickets in, like, just an overview of everything before we start Saturday.
Okay. Kathy, are you clerking or cashiering?
She'll be cashiering more,
Oh.
but she'll clerk some too, probably whenever she's not busy.
Well, the clerking's pretty easy. Kathy, are you pretty keyboard friendly?
Pretty much.
Okay. So on the left over here, you've got just a couple buttons to manage throughout the day, but mostly it's about your auction. So we're going to, the button over here on the right or left called auctions. The sale you're going to have is the Sweetwater Farm, correct?
Yes.
And then you come over here to the right where it says manage auction. So once you choose the right auction, you're going to click the button to manage it. And this is what we call the cashier's page. Pretty much everything that happens is going to happen from this page for the cashier. Okay, so now this is down here is what we did during the demonstration. But as the clerk puts it in, everything will show up here for you to see that. And we'll go do some more examples. When the first person comes to your auction and they walk up and they say, I want to get a bid number, we've only put in 24 people. So most of the time you're going to be registering new people. But let's say Susie walks up. Okay, right here. You come over here to this search box and you can say, all right, Susie, what's the last 4 digits of your phone number? And she's going to say 551, oops, sorry, up here, 5515. You can type in her phone number or her last name, and it will quickly find her, and then we can click this button to give her her bid number. Okay, now let me back up and go to you. So if you walked up, BOWEN, so there you are. And now I'm going to give you a bid number. Now, Kathy, do you care what bid number you get?
No.
Okay. Then I simply hit the button, and the system is going to say you were given a registered bid number of number 2. All right. Now that is going to send a link to your phone, and your bidder is going to be able to watch their bids in real time throughout the day. Now, to get the list back, all you have to do is take the anything out of the search box. Now, once you start registering people, they will show up on the center tab here under registered bidders. So now you are here under number 2. It looks like we gave Whitley a permanent number, and Rodney got a permanent number. Walt got a permanent number. All right, so the next person that comes up, and let's say they're not in the system. So you type in, Joe Blow, and you type in Blow, and his no records are found. So you can just hit the blue button and say, all right, Joe, what is your phone number? You want to try to ask them for their cell phone number and whatever that might be. So let's say it's, I'll just make up something. But when you put in a number that has been to an auction near you, or sorry, in AuctionSoft, they may have never gone to you before, but if they've ever gone to an auction that runs my software, you will get this screen. And then you simply click this blue button in the middle to add them to the sale. So now the next bidder that we just added got number 3. So now there are Weston May, you got number 2, I got number 3. If a person has never been to any sale, you're going to click this button, put in their phone number, and when you submit it, it won't find it. So let's fake a number real quick, and we'll use mine with a different area code. And now it comes up like this, nobody's found. So we're going to sign them up. And we put in, Joe Blow is the customer, and their phone number already comes over. Try to get an email address, joe@blow.com. The system wants a driver's license number, so ask them for their ID and put in their address. When you put in a zip, 90210, it automatically fills the city and state, and then you come down here and you give them the next bidder number. So now that person got number 4. Now once this box pops up and you see this bidder number 4, you can come over here and say, all right, how did you hear about the sale? Well, I saw your Facebook ad. And you can print their bid card on plain paper from your printer. Or you can use 3x5 cards or whatever you want, but this looks really nice. Print it out, fold it in half, and now they have their bid card. So when it's time, let's see. Who is your consigner for Saturday? Do you have a lot of them?
It's those 24, most of those 24 that are in there are the consigners.
So these 14 people are all the consigners?
Or whatever, yeah, those 14 are the consigners.
Are you using a sliding scale?
Yeah, it's that scale that we built.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay, so it's okay that these don't have a flat rate. These numbers are the flat rate. So since you're using the sliding, it will overrule this. So we're not worried about these reds. All right. So we have our consigners in with the correct number. It'll be your ringman's job to hold up the item and say, all right, this is seller consigner 4 or lot 4 or whatever, and make sure that the clerk is getting that piece of information first. All right. So we've got a couple people. This is your overall customer list, Kathy. Anytime somebody comes to the sale or is added as a consigner, they're going to get put in this master list. As people come to today's sale or Saturday's sale, they'll get put in the center tab here on this list because they are registered bidders. You already have your consigners in, so you're good to go. When it's time to start the auction, your clerk, how many rings are you going to run, Whitley?
Just one.
Okay, your clerk will come over here to find ring number 1, the general clerking grid, and click this button. You have good Wi-Fi where your ring is at, and so just click past that. So we've got let's go back here for a second. We've got let's pick somebody here. I don't
They're number 5. That 5 is me.
5's you? Okay, so we'll use 5. So your clerk is simply going to, now I'm back on the keyboard. 5, tab with your left pinky, Kathy. We're not using catalog numbers, so just the description. Sample item, maybe it's a box lot. The clerk can put in all kinds of information here, some damage, whatever it is. 1902, whatever item, okay? And then you're going to go over here and your auctioneer drops the hammer and he says, all right, sold $55 to bidder number 2. You're going to tab the quantity. I assume there's only one, but change it if you're doing pass outs. You're going to then tab into the green button. This is the only time you're going to hit enter. Once you get to either the green or the blue button. Now let me show you it again. Once you hit that button, the system will automatically know that who the seller is and who the buyer is. Let's do another one. Same consigner. This is a choice box lot. We're going to tab over to price, and the first ones that sold were $25. Bidder number 1 got it. He took the first 6, but there's 4 left. So we're going to tab to the blue box. I'm going to hit enter. It comes right back over here to bidder, and we're going to do who else wants one at $25? Well, bidder number 3 is taking the remaining 4, and just like that. So real quickly, we've done one item. We've done a choice. We have the same lot number, but when it comes back here, it highlights. So it's very quick and easy for you to change it to 6 and then go on. If you tab, you will take the cursor forward. If you shift tab, it goes backwards. Don't use enter until you have one of these highlighted. Now, if you put in something here and you're trying to sell, a broken dog with 3 legs, and you can't get a bid on it, it's a no sale, you can do a lot of things. You can just go back and type over it, or you can just tab past it all, go all the way over to the yellow reset button. Now when you hit enter, it just clears it off. So that's like a no sale or whatever. Okay? If your clerk needs to get a message to the office, hey, I need to go to the bathroom, my laptop's going to die, can you bring me a water? Anything you type here, you can just send to the cashier's window, and that's a one-way street. Okay? So clerking is very easy. Anything you can see on this screen, if you want to, your clerk can click edit, come over, and now change that. Change anything that's underlined. Okay, you can change the description, the price, the bidder number, or the quantity, but you do have to hit edit. So it doesn't want you to accidentally make a mistake and change something. So you have to say, I'm going to edit this, change the price to $50. The auctioneer was asking for $55, but he dropped the hammer at $50. So let's make that change real quick. You can only edit what you can see, and after about 25 items, the bottom oldest item will go away. You don't see it anymore. So any changes that need to be made after that will show up here on your cashier's window. So everything we just did automatically comes over here. So now our first ring has $300 in it. The subtotal is $300. We're going to have tax of $24.75, assuming the buyer isn't tax exempt. There's our total income. Nobody's paid yet. When it's time to pay somebody to pay and leave, you simply pull up the registered bidders, and anybody with a red button means they owe money. So I owe money. Let's go over here. Once you pull this up, this is what their invoice on their phone looks like. You can see everything that they bought and their sales tax, how much they owe. This is us playing around from before, Kathy. But when it's time to collect payment, you simply choose how are you going to pay. I'm paying cash for this. Poof. Well, actually, let's go back, and let's say I give you 2 $100 bills, and then it'll make change for you. Once the invoice is in the middle, that person is paid in full. Okay? It turns blue when they're paid. You're gonna write a check. What's the check number you're using, ma'am? And finalize that, and then it'll track it for you.
Okay, so at the screen where they're paying at, if they're tax exempt, because we have a lot of farmers
Yep.
that are exempt,
Yep.
you just take the tax off and put in zeros, or
No. So, good question. So let's say this Weston May is tax exempt. I'm assuming he's going to be tax exempt going forward, right? So right now, the system shows that we're charging him some tax. But in the future, he's always going to be tax exempt. So go into his profile, which is next to his name. You can get to his profile. Scroll down here and make him sales tax exempt for your state in Texas. Put in his tax exempt number, and from that point forward, the system will never charge him tax.
Okay.
However, when you go to put somebody new in the system, and you're going to add somebody, if you know right then and there when they're signing up that they're tax exempt, you can also do it on this screen.
Okay. Yes.
That'll be the easiest way with it.
Yes.
Mr. May, did you order one of the driver's license scanners?
Yes, sir. I have 3 of them.
Okay, good. So here's something important, Kathy. When you first come to this screen, okay, when you open up this screen, you really don't have to hit this button that says Scan DL. As soon as this screen's open, you can scan a driver's license. All right?
I'll show her real quick. I'll scan mine and then
Well, you're looking at my screen, so you're not on the right screen. But you can play with that after, yeah.
It'll just pop it in.
It just pops it in there, and you get all the details. All right. So you're going to use this same form to create bidders and consigners. Now you don't have to set a rate because we created a sliding scale, so that happens automatically. So here we go. So all right, now let's go cancel this and go back. So now what happens here next to the name is this is a person that's a permanent number. So let's say you add somebody and you get that blue box that comes up here. And well, actually, I'm going to show you this. Under registered bidders, there's all kinds of tools here. You can get to their profile here. You can reprint their bid card. You can resend their confirmation. That is what gets sent to their phone so they can watch it. Okay. Or you can unassign. So I'm going to unassign myself. Let's say I really like the number 88 and I want to be permanent number 88. I can just go in here and unassign it. So now I'm no longer there. There's several ways to get to a person's profile. On this tab, it's here in the middle. I can go down here to the right and I can put in here a reserve bidder number for this person or a reserved consignor number. I always want to be 88. As soon as I click outside this box, my cursor's right there, but as soon as I click here, the system's going to check for the availability of 88 and now it's saved for me. So as soon as I go back here and I want to register, the system knows that I want to be 88. All right, any questions so far?
Not yet.
Are you overwhelmed?
A little bit.
I'm going to be available for you. Now, you guys are 1 hour behind me. So Saturday morning when you get started, if you have any questions, what we could do is we could get on the phone on the speaker and I could just listen. And that way it's like I'm right there with you.
Right.
Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Now, did you guys set up a Square? Are you using Stripe?
No, I'm just going to do cash or check this time.
Okay. So that's a training issue for you, Kathy. Don't take credit cards. The system won't work because he hasn't got it set up yet.
Okay.
So only cash and check. Or invoice just means like somebody left an absentee bid and they're coming to pick it up later. You would close out your sale by putting them on invoice. And then from that point forward, it'll show up here until the person pays. And this is like their main dashboard. Okay. Now, before I get too far here, I want to go back into the auction and I want to undo everything I did. Do you have any questions about this?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Now, I don't think you're using catalog and I don't think you're going to use tags. So I'm going to go into your company settings and I'm just going to turn those things off. Okay. That way you don't have to worry about even having them there to wonder what they're doing. Okay. So now when we go back to manage that sale, now that box is not there and that other box is not there. So your clerk and you, Kathy, don't even have to worry about that stuff. It's just seller information, description of the item you're selling, price, bidder, quantity. The extended price is just, if you have multiples. And then right here, now this little red dollar sign just means this person has paid their bill. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Anything on the screen that you want to look at and talk about? Once you have one sale with this,
No, you won't ask them if they want a permit. You'll just give them the next number. You'll just give them the next number. It's just going to be just the certain ones in that order.
Yes. With those specific.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay.
it's perfectly fine for you just to let the computer pick the next number, because the next sale, it will clear this list and they would check in again and get new numbers.
And that's why I didn't mark like the cards that we had before. I figured it'd be faster for this first one, just to we can just write on the old bidder cards that we had.
So I'm going to be doing all their information, driver's license, and with their.
It's going to take longer. The first few sales is going to take longer to get people in there.
But after you get most of your customer base in, you will be surprised at how fast it goes to check in. It really is very fast. The first one, now, when your clerk is waiting to start the sale, she could have her computer or her laptop or whatever in the office with you and helping sign people up. There's no problem with having 1, 2, or 10 cashiers just helping get people in the system. And the driver's license scanner is going to make things go much faster. You won't have to type all that in. Okay. All right. So let's go back. And all right. So we talked about customers. Bidders. Again, once you've got them here, here's something you need to understand. When you click on this, you're bouncing between this and this tab. When you click on that, it is pulling in all of the information from the clerk's window. As soon as the clerk hits this button, the people standing here at the window waiting to check out are ready to go. However, it's a good practice to refresh the whole screen once in a while, and that will update these numbers. You're not going to mess up if you don't refresh before someone checks out, because you're actually doing it every time you click this. But to make the system faster, we only update the information that's right here on this part instead of the whole window. All right, now I want to go through here and I'm going to just edit this out. So we have a clean slate on Saturday. If you see something you want to ask about, please do. So it does take a little time to make edits, and we make that intentionally that way so you don't accidentally hit something. You have to tell the system, I'm going to edit this. All right. All right, number 2. And delete. And okay, that's all done. Let's go over here and get this out. Now, so you're going to do cashiering and clerking the Saturday morning?
Yes.
Yes.
Who's the other one?
I'm gonna try to clerk
Oh, you are?
out there while we're doing it. I'm gonna have another auctioneer with me too.
Okay, so you're delegating the bid calling, so you can then clerk. Okay.
Possibly. If not, I'll have some whoever's clerking will be on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean the clerking really is the easy part. As long as someone is, comfortable checking their email, I think they can clerk no problem. And when you get started, Kathy, and you do just a couple people checking in, the system really becomes very self-explanatory. Try to always ask for a cell phone number instead of just saying, "Hey, what's your phone number? What's your cell phone number?" Because when we text you that link, or later on, if we want to text somebody their invoice to save paper and time and computer ink, it's important that we have a cell phone number and not just a landline phone number. Okay?
Okay.
Let's see what else. If you run into somebody that's Amish or they don't want to give up their phone number, the phone number is the way we make every customer in the entire country a unique account. So try to always get it. But if the Amish say, "Hey, I don't have a phone," or whatever it is, you're going to just use this little button right here that's underneath the main window. So you can put somebody in without a phone number, but try not to. Okay. All right. Let's see what else. This button here where it says Add New Bidder, it doesn't matter which one of these tabs you're on. This button does the same thing on each tab. It takes you to the Add New form. Okay. All right. Unsettled. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to. I need to undo some. I forgot to take off the payments. So I got to do that. All right. So number. Yeah. Let's take off these payments. So, all right. That's a good training tool though. So right under registered bidders, we have people that they've paid more than they owe because I zeroed all that out. The only way you can void a payment is going to the invoice and finding it here. Okay, so now this has been voided. We can close it out. And now they're gone. Let's do the next one. Void that one. Close it out. It's all gone now. Okay? So everything's back to zero, so you can start with a empty, yeah, poof, enter. All right, so we got all our customers. We've closed all that out. It's all zero. At the end of the sale, when these will all turn blue if everybody's paid. If you want to know who hasn't paid, click this very top right here where it says invoicing, and everyone on the list that has not paid will come to the top. All right? And then when you're counting down your cash and you're counting out your checks, the system will tell you how much you should have in cash and checks. But there's another way to do it. You can go up here to the top blue button, and this is the final report. So the top page of your final report is going to be everything that we showed you over there. You're going to be able to come down and see every person that's bid, all the consigners, the payments that come in. Again, these are all voided. And then every single clerked item shows up on the report. All right, so if you want to go through and just have one nice little place to look at all of your check numbers. All right, so you should have 1, 2, 3 checks. And if you got 3 checks, you could match up the check numbers and just make sure you have everything you need. Okay? The red buttons always take you back to the cashier's page. All right. Anything else?
I don't have anything else. You understand all of it?
I think I'm good once I get it.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing really is knowing where the buttons are. And after you do it once or twice, it really is simple. And like I said, the morning of, I will just, we'll get on the phone with each other and you can just set it down in front of you. And if you have questions, you can be typing along and just say, hey, how do I do this? And I'll just walk you through it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Kathy, keep my cell phone number here. I'm at the top. I'm number 1 on the list here. So just keep that handy. And if your staff needs it, they can text me or call me as well. Okay?
All right. Yes. I've got it in my phone.
Okay. I'm going to let you go with that. But if you think of something else, give me a call back.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Good night, folks.
Thank you, Josh.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.